I've been filming for my new music video. So the new music video is like a day in the life example. So for the last 2 weeks I've been filming my missus, because she's beautiful, so you'd rather look at my missus than me. Driving, flying, performing. And the video should be out in a few weeks. It's for my new single Later, but it's just going to be loads of what it's like to be mad on tour and what it's like to have a lovely wife at home, Everyone's been saying to me since I've been with Erin 5 years, and everyone's like, she's gorgeous, put her in a music video. And I've done a couple of music videos where there's been a girl in it, like the love interest. And then everyone's been like, why don't you put her in it? But this actually feels right because it's a real life song about, it's my life. And the song, with the lyric in the song is, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do to you later, or hope you're thinking about what I'm going to do to you later. So it's quite sexy. And it's kind of like, she interviewed me on TV 5 years ago, and then I said, come down to my festival later. And we had this sort of like look across, And that's kind of where the inspiration for the song came.
Now I get why she fell for you.
Yeah, thanks. I got really drunk. No. It's good being a dad. I mean, I love him to bits, obviously, and he's the hardest thing for me is going away for like 4 or 5 days and then coming home, and the thing that gets me through it, obviously, is I work hard now, hopefully be able to retire early, and everyone else gets to spend a lot more time with my kids and everyone else. But I also think about guys in the military have to go away, or guys who are working on oil rigs and they don't see their families for a few months. So that's kind of what I have to tell myself sometimes, because it's so tough. I came home the other day. I'd been in Sweden, Finland, Estonia. I landed at 5 p.m. I saw him for 2 hours. I bathed him, gave him his bottle, we went to sleep. And then I left at 5 a.m. before he woke up for another 4 days. So I'd seen him for 2 hours. And I'm in the lift and I was almost in tears. I was in tears. So that's quite tough. I've always been quite soft. At certain interviews, I'm trying to get a bit of press. I'll have a go at people, but I'm generally a really nice guy. You know what I mean? I think the toughest thing is sort of like the hotels and the flights. I used to enjoy that. I love being on stage still. Obviously, the best job in the world. People get to go around the world and there's like thousands of people singing your songs. I don't want to sound unappreciative, but I'm fed up of hotels and flights. Really fed up. The new single's out now. I'll have another single out before Christmas. I've got an album out next year. I'll probably aim to do another 100 gigs next year. I've done about 80 this year. I could happily retire now because I've achieved way more than I ever wanted to, when I set out to do this. But people still want to book me and fans still want to hear you. So, it's very tough. Because it's great for Erin to come here and see 30, 40, 50,000 people singing your songs back, because she gets, the buzz. But there's also a time, as my mum keeps saying to me, you've got to call it quits at some point, because your family are never going to see you. Well, Sheeran's just been finishing his album, I think. And, he's obviously, when he's on tour, he's the most in-demand person, and he's touring non-stop. He's crazy. I'm just assuming that someone like Ed, when he takes time off, he really takes time off. He's very loyal to everybody he's ever met. Everyone he's ever worked with, he's a good person too. But someone like Ed needs to take a break, because he is too nice. So if you've got 200 people who are your friends and they're all texting asking for this and that, he's going to feel obliged to reply to them because he's not a rude guy. So I totally get why, he's taken time off. I only hear from him on email once every few weeks. And then I'm sure there's people out there who, he would still regard as mates, but maybe doesn't have to have the time and energy to speak to people every day. Because when you do, I do a level of touring where I go insane, and he's doing twice as many gigs as me and stadiums everywhere in the world. So I go to Australia every year for 3 months to wind down. I totally get why he needs a year off. It's not being rude or anything or unappreciative. I think you can go crazy otherwise. Being a dad's pretty much tops everything, when I was playing to 11 people at a pub, 10 years ago, I dreamed of doing stuff like this. So I'm here now. It's like, what else is there? I've tried acting. I'm going to hopefully do a few more films. I've done TV stuff. I've written songs for other people. But, being a dad's the biggest reward, really.